The Week 3 AP poll is here, and it's got some pretty interesting features. No Arizona State to be found. They dropped them from the ranking completely for their loss to Mississippi State, and also no Mississippi State. So they treated it like a bad loss for Arizona State, and Bulldogs did receive some votes, but they're not in the top 25 here. Outside of that, going to the top, not much movement in the top 6, 7, 8 teams mostly hanging around. Illinois does get a nice little bump, though, for their impressive win at Duke. They're up in the top 10. That's pretty cool to see. That comes at the expense of South Carolina, who was a top 10 team last week. They're not a top 10 team this week. The other key changes here, Clemson getting a little bit of a drop for looking ugly versus Troy. Oklahoma gets the bump for their win over Michigan. And then South Florida, the hot button team, getting that win over the Gators. They're up at 18th. That's arguably a little disrespectful to South Florida. I mean, who has a better resume than the Bulls right now? I could argue them being a top 10 team right now. So to me, that's actually a little bit low for them right now. And then Ole Miss being above them after looking shaky versus Kentucky. Like, South Florida has the better road SEC win right now. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I do love Utah's continual rise in this poll. I think that's accurate for how good they've looked over the first couple of weeks. We've got Indiana, Texas Tech hanging in there. Michigan still clinging to the rankings, which is fine. They didn't look too bad versus Oklahoma. Kind of surprised to see that based on how they've been treating teams that have lost early in the year. And then we see Auburn at 24th, Missouri at 25th. So a couple more SEC schools jumping in there. Missouri, I think that's because of their win over Kansas, which was a solid win against a Kansas team that's looked pretty good. And then for Auburn, that Baylor win, retroactively aging well with Baylor's win over SMU. So I am actually pleasantly surprised to see Auburn getting respected retroactively. The AP poll struggles with that sometimes. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the AP poll?